Hello Nigeria, this is Social Media Scoop, your daily dosage of what's trending across the social platforms. And today, Islamic cleric Sheikh Gumi is sending strong warning to Nigeria. And China is backing Nigeria with full force. All this and more we will be discussing on Social Media Scoop. So stay with me. Let's navigate this digital train side by side. Let's go. Hello Nigeria, good morning. Welcome to Social Media Scoop, and I'm Chioma Ebisi. Let's begin. Islamic cleric Sheikh Gumi has sounded a note of warning to the federal government, saying in a now viral clip all over social platforms that the government should consider negotiation with terrorists instead of bombing them. He said that repentant terrorists can aid in fighting the insurgency, that the act of trying to bomb them might bring more chaos and killings to the north. Let's take a look at this video and how Nigerians are reacting to this trending video interview by the Islamic cleric.
Somebody repents. A prostitute came to him, they wanted to stone her because it's stoning and killing. And he said, go and sin no more. This is even Christianity. So what do you want us to do? Put them and that is what is called genocide. If they surrender, then we accept their surrender and rehabilitate them and make them useful Nigerians. If they want to fight in the army, it's even better. They want to fight those people who.
So you're saying it's okay for So you're saying it's okay for repentant terrorists to fight in the army.
It's even better because they know the secret of the bandits.
But do you think that has helped us over the years? Because where I'm going through with this.
Better now. I was in Banditry just about 1 year ago. It's better. Things are calm. Not like those days when soldiers were calling me crying.
Our first reaction on X with the handle Oluwa Pelumi tweeted, "Enough is enough. Northern politicians have failed their people beyond measure. How dare they sit and negotiate with terrorists who have murdered, raped, and shattered innocent lives? That's not leadership. That's betrayal. Every negotiator and complicit politician must be exposed and arrested. The North has suffered enough. It's time to end the blood, the lies, and bring true peace to our people." Another reaction on X with the handle OG tweeted, "Terrorist apologists and sympathizers like this should be prosecuted accordingly. It shouldn't be normal that people should brazenly be advocating for elements responsible for loss of Nigerian lives as though those lives do not matter. Every Nigerian life should matter." I have with me in the house a seasoned journalist and analyst, Lawal Dahiru. Once again, it's a pleasure having you here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
You know, I always like having you because of your in-depth analysis. I like the way you take the angles you take stories to. So, you've seen the video of the Islamic Sheikh Gumi and what he says and how Nigerians are reacting.
Yeah.
I've seen some school of thought, some comments, some people saying, so if you're saying that repentant Boko Haram should be brought into the Nigerian army to aid insurgency, that means all kidnappers, murderers, and criminals should be released from prison to aid such. Now, well, let's look at it at another angle. Do you think he's making sense, like negotiating with these terrorists will put an end to these killings of Nigerians, or is there no sense at all in what he's saying?
Well, just last time we were at this table, we were talking about self-defense.
Yes.
Do you understand? And how people should arm themselves or rent karat and all that. What we didn't say at that point is, okay, if I learn character and this person is holding a gun, how am I going to defend myself? But one question we must ask, how did we even get here? It's a question that still baffles me. How did we get here? Now we have this cleric saying they shouldn't kill them, they should, I don't recruit them into the army, negotiate with them.
Peace talks with them, and repentant ones should be allowed, if they want to be allowed to be in the Nigerian army to help fight. Okay, so I was in a program. There was this program that Voice of Nigeria did at a point. They invited the then chief of defense staff, Christopher Musa, retired,
he made a point, and for me, it struck me. He said, at a point, they caught somebody. You know, there's this operation where I think they have the base in Gombe State, where they bring these terrorists in to de-radicalize them. He said they caught one, and a 15-year-old, I think, if I'm not forgetting the age. So they gave the child mattress, he slept and all that. But the day the child was sleeping, he started crying. Do you know why he was crying? That was his first time for his over 15 years on earth to lie on a mattress. So the war against terrorism in Nigeria, for me, is beyond guns and bullets. So for me, I see a sense in what he is saying.
Okay.
They are the groups who are hardcore in these things. Do you understand? They kill without apology and what have you. I don't see why we should have those kind of people released into the society back. You can take them, confine them, and just keep them somewhere. They have caused a lot of suffering. Okay. Do you understand? Because of the kind of ideology they preach. Do you understand? For these people who were just innocent, who have not had a taste of what life is. Do you understand? And these people just come, sell one idea, and wow, they find within them. So we should be able to now identify. So this is where I think we should have psychology, psychiatrists come in. Do you understand? So the war is beyond guns and bullets, honestly, as far as I'm concerned. Do you understand? So we need to bring out the psyche and all these other people who have not really understood what life is and are just coerced into this. So we need to see how to recalibrate all this ideology. And this is why education is very, very, very important. And sorry to say, it is one of the basic problem in northern Nigeria. If you look at statistics, you are going to see the level of literacy very, very low. So if these people are not exposed, how will they be able to now differentiate between the left and right? Now, this thing I'm telling you, I'm not even talking about only Western education. I'm even talking about the Islamic education that some of them are claiming to propagate. Do you understand? So this is my take on this. Is multifaceted. It's not a battle that, because if we go and kill all the terrorists today in the forest, what about those people that they've already injected some form of ideologies into? Do you understand? They may just wait to grow older and pick up arms again. So this is my take on it.
Okay. Thank you for that. Moving on. Nigerian Air Force are taking action as Air Chief Marshal Sunday Anaka has announced that a nationwide airstrike will be commencing soon to eradicate the insurgency, and he said this move is aimed at bringing peace to Nigeria. Let's take a look at how Nigerians are reacting to this good news. Our first reaction on Instagram with the handle Mofoye commented, "Why now? It shows how you never valued the lives of our own citizens. Why do we have to wait for foreign interventions or public outcry before government swift into action?" So, Dahiru, what do you think about this? We've seen the reaction of that Instagram user saying, why is the Nigerian Air Force stating that they will issue a strike nationwide at this critical time? Is it because we're having foreigners saying they will intervene and come in? What are your takes on this?
Again, how did we get here? We got to a point that we are now, should I say, at a crossroads. We are between the devil and the deep blue sea. I'm saying China, United States now. Do you understand? We are at this point. Okay, those reactions, they said what they said because we have been talking about insecurity for years, over a decade. There seem to be no concerted effort in tackling it. So we now have the recent
Trump's
saying he's coming. He said he's coming to Nigeria, guns blazing. He's coming sweet. He's coming vicious. He's coming fast to do what he's going to do. Some people see it as what have rattled those in power to now start swinging gradually into action? And we say it is a good idea. But some might want to argue the person at the helms of the Air Force is new.
Yes, it's new.
You understand? We had this change. Is it 3 weeks ago?
Yes.
So some say it's not necessarily because we have foreigners wanting to come in. It's just because there was a change, and this man is really ready to give his best to protect the Nigerian citizens. Then for me, I think what I always want us, I don't want us to be so much excited about these foreigners coming into our country. Do you know why? During the last administration of the United States, and even that before, you know, amongst other things, they stopped selling weapons to Nigeria. Part of their excuses was that the way we deal with these terrorists is inhumane, that we're violating human rights. You understand? So they stopped selling weapons. You understand? So these other ones now came and said the government is like lackadaisical about it. So where do you want us to be? That we are not handling promptly. Now look at this same United States government in August. They approved the sales of weapons. Talk about guns, precision rockets, and bombs. Do you understand? To the tune of $346 billion. Do you understand what they're about? Now to help Nigeria fight insurgency. But now they are now still claiming that the government is not really doing anything. I'm not making excuse for the government, but I feel there's a hypocrisy in what the United States is even trying to do. So let's see what these people have to do. We need to, that's why I asked, how did we get here? We need to be able to, I've always said this, that we gave these people the tools to be able to say the things they say, or to come and issue the threats they issue. Because why? Our house is dirty.
Yes.
If we're able to clean our house, nobody will come and threaten us. And it is not going to be a time that will now start scrambling that nationwide strike. As they are hurrying, please let them not even mistakenly kill innocent citizens.
Exactly.
As we have seen countless times. This is my take on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that analysis. And speaking of China, China is standing firmly behind Nigeria and reaffirming that its stance are clear, that Nigeria is a sovereign nation and can deal with internal security crises themselves. In a meeting with the ambassador of China with our national security advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, a statement was put out on X. As the statement, it's on our screen for you viewers to see. Quickly, Dahiru. Now, I've seen so many narratives. I was just speaking to somebody earlier on this table some days ago, where I was telling the person that there are narratives that U.S. is threatening to invade Nigeria because of ties with China and all that. Now, China has come out firmly to say they do not support another nation invading another nation, and that we can deal with our own internal crisis ourselves. And some people are saying China has never spoken up about the insurgency in Nigeria. Why all of a sudden are they speaking up and saying they are behind, suddenly behind Nigeria? What's your take on this?
Okay, again, I'm still going to ask the question that I was asking at the beginning. How did we get here?
You're saying that.
Yes, and I'm saying it purposely. How did we get here? See, whether we agree or not, there is politics around all this. In a sense, the world order is shifting away from the West, which is like the emperor or the dominant over the since around what do you want to say, 16th century, you understand? So there tends to be a kind of shift in that order. Now, if you look at the present administration, they are not really relating with the United States as previous administrations. If you notice the moves of our president, he goes more to France, China, Russia, and what have you. And if you look at projects now these days, roads and whatever that has to do with the economy, China is handling it more. So I feel the United States at a point is feeling threatened because it appears they are losing that grip.
Okay.
And nowhere in the world can really ignore Nigeria on the continent of Africa.
Course.
You talk about the natural resources, you talk about the human resources. They cannot really ignore that. So what do you expect the Chinese to do when United States have come to threaten a Nigeria that they are so much invested in? Talk of their company. I think in Africa, foreign direct investment is for China is second here. So what do you expect? And China and United States have always had this
clash of
yes.
interest.
So what do you expect? Look at 2020 when we're struggling COVID-19. What did I think it was still the same Donald Trump that was in power then, ironically. Okay. He said, well, everybody was saying...
Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue these conversations. Let's go on a break. Welcome back. I'm Chioma Ebisi, and this is Social Media Scoop. And we're talking to Lawal Dahiru on the China standing with Nigeria. Let's continue from where we stopped.
So just to quickly round up, I was saying in 2020, Donald Trump said coronavirus was China virus.
Yes.
So he was making a mockery. So you don't, what I'm saying in essence, that you don't expect them to come in. What China said that people don't have to come and interfere in our internal policies. They are right. But I still want us to understand that these things may not necessarily be in our own best interest. Everybody is looking out for their interest. Because if in true, which I don't really believe, the Congress will even give Donald Trump that approval to come and invade Nigeria. If it happens, then China is also going to...
I was seeing a news that has possibly brought out a draft of how they will invade northern Nigeria. I saw it recently.
Okay, that is left to be seen, and I think the federal government is engaging them diplomatically. Yeah. But what I'm saying is China has an interest in Nigeria, and you don't expect them to come and support it. So, of course, China is saying, allow Nigeria to be. So not necessarily, like I said, not necessarily because they even love us so much, but because of their own interest, their investment, and all that. So again, let us clean our house.
Thank you. We should clean our house. Still speaking on Trump's declaration, the former governor of Kano State, Governor Rabiu Kwankwaso, has reacted to the declaration by Donald Trump, still stating that Nigerian insecurity affects all religion and all tribes. He said it affects Muslims, Christians, and even traditionalists, and called for U.S. support. In reaction to that tweet, a U.S. lawmaker, Rep. Miley War, tweeted in reactions to that, stating that Governor Kwankwaso signed in the Sharia law in Kano in 2000 and accused him, allegedly, of being complicit in the killings of Christians under the blasphemy law. Dahiru, you're a Muslim. I was speaking to a reverend earlier on this show, and he said no matter what, whether Sharia law or our own constitutional law in this country, no Nigerian should be killed unjustly. That still brings me to this question. Do you think Sharia law and our own constitutional law can work hand in hand, or they have to be separate? What's your thoughts? Personally,
I feel they can work hand in hand.
Okay.
You understand? So I've seen arguments that they can. But I always base my premise on the fact that if we say there is a freedom of religion, or Nigeria is a secular state, and everybody is free to practice what they want to do, Sharia is a set of law that governs the Muslims, the Muslim faithfuls. Okay, if they say, the Muslim faithful say they want to be guided by this, shouldn't we respect that?
Okay.
I think we should. And if we say they shouldn't, I believe we are being unfair. Okay. And like I said, those people that designed the Constitution of Nigeria, they saw that, and that is why we have something like the Penal Code and all that to allow that respect. So now it is now left for us as Muslims to now respect what the nation says. So this issue of Sharia, as partakes Nigeria, it talks about personal statuses. If I'm a Muslim and you are a Muslim, when we have our grouges and we want to settle the dispute, we can go to a Sharia court. Okay. Do you understand? And whichever decision that is made out there, we opted to follow those laws. And it's okay by us, or it should be okay by us. Okay. But when we now have issues that I'm a Muslim, you are a Christian, or you are a traditionalist. We now have a dispute. How do we solve that? We should be able to respect the fact that we should go to a secular court now.
Okay.
We should go to a secular court now. The other person doesn't believe in what you believe, so you can't take them there.
Okay.
Honestly, this is my stand. But again, I am still of the opinion that we shouldn't get to critical points. We shouldn't get to, let us not get to the point that I'm blaspheming me, you are blaspheming me. Why don't we respect what each other believes?
Religious tolerance.
That's just it. That's just it. I used to tell people that I have this good friend when we were in secondary school. If it's time to pray, he would jokingly tell me that you don't turn Christian. won't you go to the mosque? And when it's time for his Christian fellowship, I tease him, well, I carry or leave these books and go to God, something like that. So I feel at that point we understood and respected each other at some point. So I think we should have this on a broader scale across the nation.
Thank you. That was really, really insightful and in-depth. Thank you for that analysis.
Yeah, welcome.
Moving on. In a now viral video, Nollywood actress Regina Daniels' mother is accusing Senator Ned Nwoko of arresting the siblings of Regina. From what we've gathered online, not yet confirmed, Regina's elder brother, Sammy, is remanded in prison. Let's take a look at the short video.
He has been beaten to stupor. Ned gave them money to beat my children. Sammy is being held. Nigeria, come and help me. Nigeria, come and help me. My son is in problem. I've not seen for the past 7 hours that they held him here.
Dahiru, what's your take on this? We were there when Regina was showing us when everything was going on smoothly with her billionaire husband, and now it's not as it used to be. She accused him of alleged domestic violence. He came out, put out a statement that she's into drugs and all that, and that is why she's being violent, that he has never disrespected any of his wives. Now we're seeing this trend that he arrested the brother, that he's behind the arrest of the brother for cyberbullying and so on, and that the boy was not given a fair hearing in the court. He could not reach his lawyers, and now even when he's reached bail, he's still there. What's your take on this? Do you feel that people in power kind of somehow use their influence to some certain extent, or do you think this is something that does not concern us? It's man and woman matter. We should leave it alone. What's your take?
Well, we can look at it from both sides. That it's a man and woman matter, and you can leave it at that. But what scares me is the way matrimony is these days is scary. Do you understand? I don't know, maybe because there was no social media before, but you don't see marriages or holy matrimonies as, what do we call it now, as endurant as they used to be. I don't know if it's because
they don't stand the test of
yes,
time.
I don't know if it's because
maybe it's our Gen Z generation. We know they agree.
No, I don't really. It could be a factor, but I think we have values. We should go and look at it. You saw something in each other and decide to come together into this matrimony. Why don't you try to address your issues in the house before coming to now splash it all on our faces in the media? Then you ask me if those in power exercise duty. I think they do sometimes, and they do it even unduly. You can just look at, even as a person, if you go somewhere when you are not being attended to, and you tend to have somebody somewhere, and you make that phone call, they just sir, you are welcome, you are welcome, you are welcome, and they give you that attention. So there is that, and there is the issue that is husband and wife matter. So we should all try to see how we address issues in public, in private, than bringing out to splash people and bring unnecessary debates. He's there, and I don't know, because of the attention we're going to see in coming days, whether it was the man that actually ordered for his arrest. And
that is what she claims through her social media and the viral video and all that.
So it still remains an allegation until it is proven. And if there is a punishment, I leave it at
Okay,
that.
we'll follow that story
Yeah.
as it unfolds. Dahiru, thank you so much for your analysis, as always. It's been a pleasure having this conversation with you, and I love your white attire.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you
I love your red attire also.
Thank you too.
Thank you very much.
So, folks, that's all the time permitted for us on Social Media Scope. I still remain Chioma Ebisi. If you want to follow our conversations, our social media handles are on the screen. Tag us to anything you think is viral and we should talk about it. And who knows, we might just air your comment here. And I will still have to remind you, the comments and reaction that we get online and the comments and reaction of our guests is not influenced by Social Media Scope or Kaftan TV. It is independently their views. Thank you for watching. Thank you to my production team. It's been a pleasure having you. Ciao. See you next time.